Growing up in the foothills, string band music was all around. So I was aware, but not that intrigued until seeing its history and how it was tied to all sorts of other music before it, and how it really was like this punk rock and roll thing when it first happened. That's when I realized that North Carolina had this amazing legacy that it had given to the rest of the country and world. And I saw the mandolin and became fixated. And it kind of all started by chance here on the pier.
It was one of the joys of life. My family didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't take many vacations. My dad was a farmer, so that we took even less vacations. But there was 1 week out of the year when we go to the beach. Great memories for me and my son, still are memories that I cherish today. Every beach trip had one day where it would be dedicated with fishing, and off we would roll down to the pier, Bogue Inlet Pier as it was. We would head down there. The boys would go early. We'd fish because we were firm believers. The fish would bite better first thing in the morning. There was a day when we were fishing when I don't recall if we had many fish.
Dad's notorious in the family for being the worst fisher person.
It wasn't a banner day for fishing.
At the end of the day, things are slow, it's hot, it's kind of still, the wind's died down. Talking with Dad about this idea of the mandolin, which I thought could be really cool. And Dad was asking a lot of questions around why, and how I knew about it, and what I'd do with it, and if I'd be committed.
Kids have a lot of wishes and desires and things they talk about as they grow up, and I think one of the challenges, at least for us as a parent, was to sort out which one was real and which one was just the conversation of the moment. We kind of hit that point where the fishing was kind of dead. And so at that point in there, I said, okay, boys, it's time to go. And Jacob made the comment, no, we need to fish just for another minute. Let us throw it again. Somehow in the banter between Jacob and myself at that point, the comment was, Dad, if you catch a fish on this last throw-in, can I have a mandolin? And I said, well, you can have a mandolin if I catch 2 fish.
I don't think he'd caught 1 fish yet. Dad threw it out not too far. We thought there was a little bite, and he started reeling.
And shocking to no one more than me, 2 fish came in.
When visiting Carolina as a high school senior, I met Joseph Terrell, who would become my best buddy and now bandmate. Someone asked him to form a bluegrass band for a fundraiser. And we did, and we practiced all week along with Wood Robinson on bass. Just after that, we folded in Libby on fiddle. And that was 9 years ago, and about 6 albums ago. And we're a much different band now, but we're still called Mipso.
Looking back at that bet, now I look at it and think it was one of those life-changing moments. It's one of the best bets I've lost in my whole life.
And we've played about 1,150 shows in every state but one, and about 18 countries. Ton separate from that too, and I think since the time I was 13 or 14, only on maybe 3 or 4 of those trips ever have I not had a mandolin in my hand. It's my most familiar companion.